Hello. Welcome to the 30th annual presentation of student showcases to the CSU Summer Arts Program. My name is Bill Moore. I teach at California State University, Long Beach, and it's been my honor and privilege to teach an extraordinary group of poets and introduce them to a fabulous faculty. This will be the first of 6 student showcases in the next 2 days. You can find all 6 listed here on the second page of your program. I hope you enjoy this opening event of this celebration of the arts, and I look forward to seeing you during the next 2 days.
Okay, I'm set up now. I am Sage Curtis. I'm leading us off, and I'm going to be reading bits of a sonic crown that I've been working on over the course of the last 2 weeks. Okay. How successful are you at finding food to feed your gnashing carnivorous heart? Watch out for poison love pills and elude pretty jawlines, jade eyes, be on your guard. Remember, build yourself a makeshift shelter, stockpile gin, a vibrator, tortillas. You'll need to smile at the friendly salesgirl. You must be starting to get the idea. This is a love famine, a midnight world where you carry extra rounds for your gun. For disguise, think drape yourself in emeralds, blend in the sea of girls and man, think trade cigarettes and comb your tangles. This is a time for wild, make love famine. This is a time for wild, make love famine, not for a lion, an ox, an eagle. Ever heard of 4 faces for a man? Can you save us somehow with words, Ezekiel? In this club are 4 living love creatures. Man with snapback, man in flannel, man serving liquid love courage, man selling reefer. Is this the crowd we are always working? Sure. We are women covered in glitter, our girls drenched in sweat, accepting glances. It's hard to avoid them, men with eyes for weak ones, groping for helpless circumstance. But I'm saying, wild, make love like it's yours. Keep breathing fire with your eyes while you dance. Keep breathing fire with your eyes while you dance, guarding the altar of my body song. You are love's 2 tormented witnesses, made into spectacles trailing chiffon. They call you my olive trees, my lampstands, but I call you mother and her mother. You women witnesses of my goddamn booze and man habits, passed on all your southern. And here you are just trying to warn me of my holy curves. Ghosts on my collarbones, carry my secrets up to the marquee, cover me in effervescent rhinestones, but don't stop fire breathing. I'm your baby girl, whore of Babylon. I'm your girl, love whore of Babylon, whore of holding hands and sleeping late, drunk with red wine of fornication. I am wandering spotlit streets, am the woman who is this great city, all back alleys and all parking garage on 4th Street. This is where it gets tricky. If I spend the night, forget my hairbrush, see, what happens is I won't fall in love, won't want breakfast or your college sweater. I don't know how to have some schoolgirl crush, only know how to fuck the drugged up waiter. This is my 1, 2, 3-step woman thrust. Get ready, the beast is coming quicker. Get ready, the love beast is coming. Through the sea of spinning dancers, his storm eyes and mouth are open wide and waiting. He's wearing 10 crowns on top of 10 horns to show he's worthy of your blasphemy. His secret, he is so worth it, it hurts. All tongue whispers, come see my balcony. I have all the Jimi Hendrix records. But you say, beast, you don't outbeast me. Say, if I follow you, it's your funeral. Say, I don't do this killing thing halfway. I am real dangerous, not just sinful. If you are kissing me, you're kissing fate. My secret, I'm this city's archangel. This city needs a secret archangel to fight off love beasts and 4 living love creatures, witness girls' love temples, feed love famine, keep the locusts love rough, let the whores of Babylon run as loose as they want. I am so not their mother, but I'm their sister, hearing their abuse. They all have stories, I'm just the author. I know girls in glitter, revelation nights are nights for all irresponsible wild. I'm just here, packing ammunition, making sure your booze is purely medicinal. Take a filtered picture. Here's your caption. Make your night and your love phenomenal.
Hi everyone, my name is Janaea. I'm supposed to read 2 poems, but I actually changed my mind, so I'm reading one sort of long poem. Anyway, it's not currently titled. I believe in hot chocolate and baseball games, sitting baseline or up in the cheap seats. I believe in sweatpants and cashmere and Kanye West. I believe in 5Ks and bakeries, I believe. I believe children are honest, but they also lie. I believe in accountability and knowing when to say I'm sorry. I believe in cat people and dog people, and you can be neither or both. I believe in ghost stories and black magic, that silver coins and gold bars can be found at the ends of rainbows if you look hard enough. I believe in the rain, in oil slicks, in asphalt, in rubber soles, and birth control. I believe in God and science take both their names in vain. I believe in shot glasses and sober nights. I believe in Bali. I make believe we traverse all borders and leave no woman begging. I believe in second chances, whirlwind romances, and curling up with a bad book. I believe in free speech, and purple prose, and elderflower liqueur. I believe in birthdays and Saturdays and doing nothing if you please. I believe in saving time, in natural hair, perms, hair dye, clip-ins, Spanx, and Botox. I believe in Jupiter. I believe that God gives with both hands, and I believe in your right to disagree. I believe in the law of the land and common courtesy. I believe people forget what that means. I believe in one-hit wonders and riot girls and spice girls and pretty girls and ugly girls. I believe in soft sheets and inside jokes, in quitting smoking, silence-sustained reading, gym class, neck kisses, under bleachers, in garages, orange groves, short drives, long flights, aisle seats, and first class for everyone. I believe in 7th inning stretches and sneaking beer into movies, in yoga and jazz and taking pictures of sunsets. I believe in John Fonte and Flannery O'Connor, who said a good man is hard to find, even though she didn't mean it like that. I believe there are good men. I believe in flipping over tables and screaming out for what you believe in boxing, in blood, in the truth with jokes. I believe it turns into a song. I can feel the music in my veins, in blackness, in pink.
Oh,
My name is Torrin. I'm an artist from Southern California. Telling each other they are loved suppresses the shudder, for Jim Miller. Winter had brought the 0 degree when you rode into Fargo for your first treatment. You asked out loud if it was cold enough. There was nothing to say. A month later, all that's left is colder weather and the passing. There is no need to leave the house that overlooks the frozen lake where you once grabbed a neighborhood boy by the scarf before he fell through a hole in the corner of the ice house. Anywhere moments have depleted the remission field from the source, you lie in bed. Mustering the strength to talk on the phone, you want to know about the weather here in California. The sun shines while it sets in Minnesota. You ask me to remember the stories you have told. You wonder if you have done well. Evan Green, who told me he had clean needles if I could help him cop dope. Who asked me to smell his fingers after we saw Who Framed Roger Rabbit at Super Saver Cinema 7 with Kendra and Esther. Who seized violently on the carpet between the 3rd and 4th rows of desks in Mrs. Hall's algebra class and spit out fruit punch while his eyes rolled back in his head. Who never let me win at tetherball. Who asked me how to jerk off while we smoked a joint rolled out of the brickweed I pinched off my older brother's stash. Who tried to kiss me the night of his bar mitzvah. Who spun the tires to his parents' 87 Buick in the slick gutter funk, turning left into our neighborhood on the way home from school, and oversteered and lost control, and pogo jumped the car through a brick wall into the backyard of some elderly couple's house and started to cry when the police came because we were drunk on pop-off. Who didn't talk to me the next year. Who traded me Kirby Puckett for Joe Carter straight up. Who asked his dad to draft me onto the traveling Little League team when I was still new to the area. who never made fun of me for wearing shoes from Payless and let me borrow his favorite Town and Country surf shirts as long as I picked him for basketball games at recess. Who loved to stay over for dinner on Make Your Own Pizza Night. Who wanted me to help kill his dad. Who let me sleep in his older brother's '68 Mustang the night I ran away from home. Who always let me play first game on Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. Who stayed up with me for 2 nights snorting what we thought was cocaine while we pieced together how to beat Chrono Trigger. Who asked me what hallucinating was like, then closed his eyes while I told him. Who asked me to stay in the room while he listened to a Roberta Flack album with Bridget Saltzman. Who called me from Afghanistan and asked me for $35,000 yesterday.
Hello, my name is Marisa Thompson, and this poem was inspired by Juan Felipe Herrera's bomba poem exercise, which we worked on this week. It kind of morphed into a son, calypso, something, so we'll see how it goes. And I also want to appreciate, I don't see any of the dance group here yet. No dancers? No, yeah, they're not here, but I wanted to appreciate Juan who plays the cajon with the dance group for inspiring me to actually sing it, so here we go. This is called Bomba Son Calypso, $10.99. 3 jobs, man, I got 3 jobs. Money in the brown city. 3 jobs, man, I got 3 jobs. Money in the down city. 3 jobs, man, I got 3 jobs. Money on the ground city. Drive the Uber, deliver food or rent your car out, clean the drain spout. What you do today, task rabbit? I got 3 jobs, I got 3 jobs. Riding in a high-rise elevator, silver dollars trickling down. Met 2 sisters on their way up to polish brass on a kingpin's crown. They tell me they both love home delivery, though all they can afford is Mickey D's. Both walk dogs, assemble furniture, while they earn their PhDs. 'Cause now there's an app for everybody. If you want, hop on the grind. And bam, your labor's on demand. Bam, bam, get rich, deliver sandwiches. Bam, 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 don't touch the customer's hand. Don't want your ratings to fall behind. 3 jobs, man, I got 3 jobs. Money in the brown city. Drive the Uber, deliver food or rent your car out, clean the drain spout. What you do today, task rabbit? I got 3 jobs, I got 3 jobs. Run, don't walk the hills of Babylon. Babylon by the bay, they say. Don't calculate what they don't tell you. $6 for crosstown delivery. At a front door with ribs and poor boys, the blonde lady don't say thanks or goodbye. She ordered out 'cause she loves some soul food. So how come she don't look me in the eye? Doña Linda, I think I see you. Doña Linda, I know what you mean. You were a surgeon in your home country. Then bam, your license won't go through. Bam, bam, they say there's nothing they can do. Bam, 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 so you put on your running shoes. And now all they think you do is clean, and they won't let you do that with dignity. 3 jobs, man, I got 3 jobs. Money on the ground city. Drive the Uber, deliver food or rent your car out, clean the drain spout. What you do today, task rabbit? I got 3 jobs, I got 3 jobs. Become an instant office filer, there's an app for that. Spend the day with 3 Rottweilers, there's an app for that. And wash someone's Lamborghini, there's an app for that. Hot deliver clam linguine, there's an app for that. When someone sees that they forgot, there's an app for that. A full-time job, except it's not. There's an app for that. There's an app, there's an app, there's an app for that. There's an app, there's an app, there's an app for that. There's an app, there's an app, there's an app for that. There's an app, there's an app, so you listen to that. There's an app, there's an app, there's an app for that. There's an app, there's an app, there's an app online. There's an app for that. There's an app, there's an app, there's an app, there's an app for that. There's an app, down the apparatus. There's an alphabet. Up and hard, there's an alphabet. Here in the down city. Tell me, are you down city? Down with the underground economy. What you gonna do for me? Yeah, in the down city, in the brown city. I work 3 jobs, man, and that's just on Tuesdays. Tell me, are you down, 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 down?
Okay, my name is Brooke, and I'm reading 2 separate poems. The first one's called Sanity. She wasn't in her element, her thoughts in her own way. A force to be reckoned with, a downfall into dismay. She wasn't safe in her mind, a spoken word not dared. The faded cries into nothing, a sensory default impaired. She wasn't able to pull away, intensity increasing within. The fragments of her very being, the alignment of sanity caved in. The next one is called That's So Gay. That's so gay, you say, as I'm brushing off the slang you defend. My cheeks burn red, trying to comprehend, but I won't. I won't grasp this trend. I won't hear the monster. I won't permit your condemn. I won't drink the water. Thirst. I crave acceptance. I need the peace. Allow transcendence. Compel the hurt to cease. That's so gay. Unaware of the violence you assimilate, unaware of the arrogance you demonstrate, unaware of the intolerance you pontificate, unaware of the ignorance you perpetuate. That's so gay. They're just words you say with a clenched fist. They're just words whispered to the blade at her wrist. That's so gay.
A poem for Zeus. The sky growls, a lioness on a leash. There is never thunder here, just gentle brontide rushing beneath the feet. I love the sound of gods fighting, angels banging keys on the lower end of their celestial pianos. The dead rolling their garbage bins out to the curb in the clouds. The somber gray face blinks, like an electric schizophrenic in the throes of muscle fasciculation. I remember 2 hours of one afternoon, last summer before you went back to Mexico. We laid in the road like stray sardines cast out of the can, shriveling in petrichor. Lukewarm gales whipped our skin as we waited, patient, in cashmere silence, for lightning to pry our rib cages open. And my second poem is called Bad Commitment. Someone said there's only one kind. You are staining these white hallways, chain smoking your disfigured honesty, leaving airsoft's promises that hang in midair for too long. Inside my mouth, the bones bang. Why do you always have to mutilate everything that you say? In my brain, your words clog. I don't want to hurt you. You speak in slow jet-lag voice. The weather is nice today, I say, the fog. Running your hot fingers through my hair, you cling to me. Do you know this is the wrong lifeline? Your other hand scribbling across my palm, prayers or gang signs to your secret god I gag. Do you really want to make this cursed thing work? Bring me a knife, and I will show you how to strip a soul and turn it into a mirror. There will only be tenderness when I have faced myself, when my blood runs out, when my skin turns gray, like seawool dolphin rubber, when my heartbeat is a rotten apricot, lying motionless in a cardboard box.
I'm Devin Falk, and you spend 2 weeks with people, and then they still surprise you, huh? This is called Try to Understand. I want to write a love poem, but my girl has an Auschwitz nurse's grin. At attention, the good soldier, she smirks to welcome prisoners shuffling to the gas chambers. With the last of my will, I smile at her, offer a paltry nod, a thank you to her for staying to see me off and the time she cut me for my rags so I didn't rip them for my sores. My brittle joints creak as I move forward with the crowd. This is called An Anarchist Walks Across the Street. Jaywalking the digital red palm contravenes paint by numbers civility, parallel white outlines sanity, while four-wheel behemoths make narcissism dangerous, traffic, combustion-powered aurora borealis, illuminated speed trails force humanity to destroy creative crossings, or splatter graffiti organs like Pollock under rubber brushes, going the way of the buffalo on the Great Plains, easy targets. Mooing under the whip of the intermittent little white man, digital pogo consent to move. Is this service to community or a pyrite gleam in a Hollywood hoard of gold? The invisible hand of dichotomous pedestrian crossing signs is only concerned when fines crash like sleet on concrete. This penal code delusion does not reduce dimethyltryptamine explosions. Repose intellectualism creates biped hangnails. And this is my last one. It's called Monotony. Anybody ever work in a restaurant? A restaurant's hoard of silverware clanks at the end of sure fingers, knife and fork and knife and knife and fork and knife, right hand knife, left hand fork, fork on knife, off center on a paper napkin, fold the corner over their ends like a pro, no hesitation, tuck the adjacent corner over their bodies, their heads free so they can breathe, and now roll. To hell with this parental imagery. Stack their stiff corpses in the clear plastic tub, an open mass grave, the clanking of the silver, the clanking of the silver, the clanking of the silver, hi-ho, timpani roll the silver, workday's finale, 200 pairs, knife and fork, fork and knife, 5 seconds to roll, hi-ho, 16 and 2/3 minutes without interruption to fill this mountain, no more customers, sing it, no more customers. An omelet, potatoes, bread, silverware, oatmeal, banana pancakes, silverware, coffee, silverware, faux maple syrup, silverware, a big fat fucking smile, silverware, sincerity. If you can fake that, you've got it made. Somebody said it before, George Burns. French toast, silverware. Toast in France is an ordeal. Somebody should have said it before me. Fork knife, fork knife, fork knife, fuck. Hey guys, it was nice working with you today. See you Thursday. And Finn, wrapped in a neat little roll.
Hola, me llamo Marcela Toledo. Este poema es aquí, se llama Apocalyptic Words. I am cocoa, death, vanilla, corn, arcilla, mud. I am Cihuacoatl, snake woman, Tonatzin. I am Coatlicue, motherhood caresses. I brought about the gods. I led the pilgrimage Aztec. With Quetzalcoatl, I created humanness, mixing his blood with ancient bones. Serene beauty, in all senses rising, Genesis emerges. I am the servant and the master. Ancestors, abysmal lines aggressing, eternal sight, indestructible bronze faces. Relentless spirits inhale, exhale. Forgive me not for giving you life. Thorny, ominous, endless beaten path. My people lodges the scars of Spanish rule. 500 years bent toward the floor. I gave you 4 eyes, 2 stars, and 10 roses for hands. And what have you done to your clans? Gag reporters, photographers, bosses, money and power gain to secure targets all aim, care not to kill the pigeon or the mockingbird. Tongues cut, hands and bodies crimson puzzles, words, needles of wild pain, letters and sounds, wild beasts not hard to tame. Teachers, students, youngsters vanished. Mothers tearless crying, looking for their children, abducted, disappeared, executed. burned, melted in acid, hidden in massive tombs. Law, police, militia, cartels, puppets, crimes, corpses in the streets every day. People endure, brutalized people endure carnage, corruption, death, reign. Mighty neighbor, turn the head the other way. Where are you, dear Lord? Where are you, Aztec deities? Why don't you listen to people cries? Why do you permit crimes upon innocents? Santísima Trinidad, please open your eyes. Escuchen, cabrones. Stop slaying your children, your women, your men. Cease destroying your nation, your race. ¿Que no ven, pendejos? You are digging your own grave.
Hi, I'm Scott Bentley, and this poem is untitled. In bed, Jack's hand rubbed the skin of my chest. His soft fingers brushed through the black hairs, and I remembered when at the Veterans Hospital, I took a man's EKG. Beer-bellied with white hair, I placed the electrodes on his chest, and I witnessed the lines of his heart beat on the machine. He asked, "How old are you, son?" 17. "You're too young to be working here. You should be chasing girls." I smiled at him and told him he's done. I couldn't tell him I thought I was in love with someone in my class named Raul. He asked, "How's my heart look?" Thank you.
Hi, I'm George. 2 poems, 3 minutes, that's a challenge. When I was a kid, only bad girls had tattoos. So this first poem is called Poem for a Tattooed Girl. I want to climb into that space between your skin and your tattoos. I want to understand your reds, your blacks, your greens, your blues. I want to look out from amidst wings and petals and climb with my bare skin against your dreams and wishes, knowing full well that each needle prick was a beloved pain, which demands the unconscionable act of taking your mind to another place to sustain, until the flesh succeeds and bleeds a painted memory, a painted history, so personal, so intimate, a history that only you can read. I want to climb into that space between your skin and your tattoos. I want to understand your reds, your blacks, your greens, your blues. The first ship that delivered Africans to this country as slaves was called the good ship Jesus. That's the name of this next poem. I am on a ship called Jesus. We are laid like spoons, human flatware, in a drawer lined with our own excrement. Now and then we are shuttled up on deck to be scrubbed with seawater, and where women can be sorted out for the pleasure of the crew. The other day, a girl from my village was so frightened, she ran naked back and forth across the deck, saying, "Yay, yay, 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 mother, mother," until she was cornered. She climbed up on the ship's rail, eyes wide and bright like a frightened antelope. She looked right at me. She took a deep breath, spread her arms like a little bird's wings, and toppled over to the sharks that had been following the ship for days. The crew stared in silence for a moment, then they all laughed and resumed sorting women. I am on a ship called Jesus, where we are laid like spoons, pressed so close together in the dark, we are one body, composed of many minds. A mind says, fight. A mind says, endure. A mind says, did you see the girl jump into the ocean? But since no one knows their own mind, the indecision leads us nowhere. I am on a ship called Jesus. We are laid like spoons. Someone is singing. It is a lament for us the dead. It is a lament for us the living. A crewman comes to the hold and slams the butt of his gun against the head of a quiet woman. He says, "Shut your bloody mouths. There'll be none of that here." And so a bloody lesson in how not to sing, a bloody lesson in how not to dance, a bloody lesson in how to forget your own name and learn a language that was never intended for our mouths or tongues, but one which we learn fanatically because we want to survive. 400 years later, it is as if I am on that ship called Jesus trying to survive. It is as if I have never been anywhere else.
dedicated to Sandra Bland in Waller County, Texas. The epigraph comes from the anti-lynching activist Ida B. Wells. One had better die fighting against injustice than to die like a dog or a rat in a trap. Ida B. Wells. For Fresno and the first black president, could you ask Barack Obama to stop smoking? My therapist asked me before he was elected in 2008. I tried to explain that I didn't know him. I wore a t-shirt supporting him, yes. I talked about race often as a white woman in black studies sorting myself out. I assumed she thought that I was plugged into a secret black network. I tried to tell her twice, really, I don't know him, and then put it on paper in black and white, resigning myself from her care. I hope she's learned something in the last 7 years. For family and Ferguson, when Michael Brown's body lay uncovered in the street for 4 hours in the St. Louis heat, my mind reeled with the spectacle of death, the corpse displayed to show white power. Lynching is not a new thing in America. The afternoon sun tells the truth. And my father and my aunt were born there, moved out, moved up to another place, and my mother's mother sold real estate, never questioning divisions of class and race. It's certain that the South still abides in St. Louis, blood on the leaves, blood at the root. For Facebook and Baltimore, if you dare call Freddie Gray a thug or even imply it, do not expect me to go easy on you. I will not resign myself to your ignorance or sugarcoat my dissent. Everyone has an opinion, you say, but let's try to face the facts. They broke his fucking neck, snapped him like a small dry twig in the windstorm, in the hurricane of their brutal neglect, and the smell of death rises still, clings to us all, even if you refuse to acknowledge it. For myself, John Brown, Nat Turner, Denmark Vesey. Oh, how I wish I could talk about Charleston, but my careless elders deflect and efface themselves, slipping out of the tough conversations like a loose-fitting shirt in blazing heat. In the first week after the shootings, I lost my mind. I somehow lost the courage to fight. Sorry, I found it again. For all poets and all activists, I walk the line of love and rage today. The heart demands I find my voice. When Black Lives Matter, all life matters. The story is still unfolding. Each step, each breath creates this work. Breathe deep, make space for patience.
Hi, I'm Sarah. I'm going to read 2 poems for you. Melodramatic. My feet are cinder blocks, scraping deep marks in the checkered linoleum. I am creating a pattern through each aisle like a gouge through a rubber stamp. Mother's prisoner on shopping day. I am pushing this cart like Sisyphus in his boulder. I know Bethany is breathing in butter, sticking a big wad of gum under a cushy theater seat while swimming in an ocean of air conditioning, wave upon wave of foisted rated R violence and sex washing over her. I want that. I remind my mom I want that. Instead, I am deep in the jungle of Gonzales Market, swatting fruit flies in the produce section. Every turn becomes a deadly twist in my maze of misfortune until I exhale all of the oxygen in my body with one long sigh and collapse next to the tomatoes due to cruel and unusual punishment. Okay, this one's called Women of the World Rise Up. Beware of men with shifty eyes. They are perverts. Beware of eyes. They will release your demons. Your mother will not believe you, and all of your relationships will suffer. Do not feel guilty for wearing short skirts. I wear short skirts, and there is nothing wrong with that. Everyone does it, even some men. If you do not do it, try it. It feels good to feel the breeze between your knees. Women of the world, rise up. If someone tells you not to travel alone, go there. Buy an enormous backpack with pockets to hold enough faux engagement rings to barricade yourself in the banter at bars. Do not be afraid. Women of the world, rise up. If you want another cookie, eat one, or you will be unhappy.
Plus, creme brulee flavored yogurt is just not the same. You need to look like a model in a magazine. Do not be afraid. Some of the best women I know have more cushion for the pushing. Women of the world, rise up. Take it easy. And for God's sake, stop gossiping. Don't believe the dancing woman in white that appears in a tampon commercial. She is a liar. Don't be afraid of love because it will hurt you, but you will be stronger for it. Some of the best women I know have fragmented hearts. Women of the world, rise up. This is a great life. Get dirty. Buy those shoes. Defend yourself. Empowerment is the only hope. Do not tear down other women. They are your best friends. Women of the world, rise up. The world is yours. Here, take it.
Hello. I'm Mark Friedlander. I grew up in Los Angeles. Where are my LA people at? And I live in Riverside. See how quiet it gets? This is called Jones Avenue, summer 1960. 9 o'clock and the house is dark. The only light an occasional flare from my father's Zippo and the glowing cherry of his Marlboro Red. My mother, pregnant with my brother, lies on the couch across the coffee table, her eyes covered with an arm, emblematic of their estrangement. I lie shirtless on the floor in shorts and rubber sandals, my back itchy from the woolly weave of our carpet. Dad in his chair next to the high-fidelity record player, his radio set to KFI 640. A box fan wedged inside the open front door generates the room's only moving air with a steady hum. It's an election year. Kennedy and his Ivy League cool versus Nixon's 5 o'clock shadow and solipsism. But the election will have to wait. Echoing down the empty street, the voice of Vin Scully bounces from house to house, calling another Dodgers game from the Memorial Coliseum. With the team in a pennant race, nothing short of a mudslide could distract us from the game. Shortstop Maury Wills, safe at first on an infield single, dances off the bag. Wills, the thief of bags dad, has robbery on his mind, ready to pounce on second base like a cougar on a doe. By the 1970s, Wills will have both a major league managing job and a financially crippling cocaine habit. Now batting, Jim Jr. Gilliam, from the first tide of blackball players that washed away baseball's albinism. With his new Louisville slugger, fresh from the woodworker's lathe, he sacrifices Wills to second. Gilliam, who actually hated the name Junior, spent his career as a player and coach with LA until a massive stroke killed him at age 49. Next up, Wally Moon. Even with a baseball life spent outdoors, still pale as quartz. Moon lost the first pitch over the left field screen. Home run, Dodgers up, 2-0. Moon is 85 years old and lives in Bryan, Texas. He retired from coaching baseball in 1998. Edwin Duke Snyder, he of the big shoulders and sunny temperament, runs the count to 2-1, drives a hanging curveball into the deep recesses of the Coliseum's right center field, putting him on third base with a rare triple. Snyder and his wife Bev, victimized by an economic downturn, will lose their avocado groves in Fallbrook, which they planned on financing their retirement. Now I sit alone in my own home with my Frost and Jeffers, Adanizio and Kumanyaka, and listen to Vin Scully, 87 and employed part-time, call a Dodgers game on the radio. Drained by chemotherapy, aching from liver tumors like rounded stones in a tide pool, only a peyote trip could clear my mind. Like the Duke on third base, will I be driven home or stranded with the finality of the last out? Thank you.
This the cracks. I was worried I'd lost you and you were fading, but now I know I will never lose you, not fully. They cannot touch me without touching you. You wedge yourself in the space between me and a new body. I may cling to new arms and attempt to melt and soften, but my flesh still gets snagged around your jagged edges. They cannot look at me without seeing you. You are knots woven through my hair. You are a corpse in the pupils of my eyes. I appear crazed. They cannot talk to me without hearing you. I may not speak your name now, but it's still cracking on my lips, a strangled cry in my throat. I am the space in the cracks. I don't know if I want to crawl deeper into the dark, back towards you, or if I should continue to claw myself out, scraping my skin as I go. I think I will rip myself raw. Do not use my name if you don't know my hair is strawberry blonde, not red. Do not use my name if you're going to change your mind tomorrow. I'm all in, and don't you know fickle is so last season? Do not use my name to get my attention when it's been you putting up barricades. Do not use my name if you don't know the feel of my breath on your ear at 2 a.m. walking home in complete darkness. Do not use my name if you tell me I'm your reason to keep living. No, I want to be your reason to get better. Do not use my name if the next words that follow are a command to calm down or return to reality. Do not use my name if you cannot be vulnerable with me. I want your walls down, clothes off, body bare. Do not use my name if you are not willing to step on broken glass in some abandoned building, inhale asbestos, because really, what's a little poison in your lungs? Do not use my name if you refuse to take off your shoes and dive deep under waves, because really, wouldn't drowning make you feel your pulse? Do not use my name if you refuse to get a little drunk and sing off-key to some Joni Mitchell song you never realized you knew the words to. Do not use my name if you paint me false promises. Do not use my name and then recant. You are not allowed to use my name and leave. I will not let you in close to have you leave. Thank you.
I'm Will, and this is Ritual, Black Rock City, 2008. Accipite et comedite hoc est corpus meum. Here, take them all, Sergei said. Psilocybe cyanescens. This will change your life, Sergei said. Kyrie eleison. Lord have mercy. The eruption at Thera changes the world. The sparks in my brain set the plain of Marathon afire. Cantilevered on-ramps swoop through the night sky, their underpasses littered with mendicant monks, passing judgment, passing into the past. Through the quartz lens, kaleidoscopic, prowls the bear, gently purring, the rumble of thunder from each plodding paw-paw. My ursine uncle patrols the perimeter. Through the valley of dimension, I trudge slowly, passed by a tractor, a factor confounded by my neurochemical dwarfism in this underpass dome. Through the foggy miasma, taillights stream in their swerving pursuit of a nexus, a place to call home for this collection of synapse and bone. The flagstone palace rises at the edge of the mist, in the cowl of its swirling, a humming light, spinning it upward through from the wheel of the plane, a sculpture cerebral, a big mushroom cloud. Into the light, for a couch, out of the night, in a night couched in visions, submerged in a couch, with Jackie for pillow. The companion who sprouted sugar skull face and diamonds for teeth. Sancho Panza, to my quest for insight, not peace. And the world settles back down like Dorothy's landing in Oz. My pillow companion will much later say, you know, that wasn't that much fun for me.
Well, I'm the last one, and every one of these classmates of mine is a hard act to follow, in my opinion. The visit. I asked my son's client how the session went. Your son's a genius. I turned toward the studio, climbed the stairs, and slowly pushed the door. His eyes widen. He invites me in. I peer over the console, see what looks to be a nickel-sized hive. Ask, what's that on your arm? Oh, that just is it. For 2 years, myriad green bruises have dotted his pale limbs. On the loading docks, a seeking silence, I dip the brush down into the thin brown liquid, stipple another plank end, then brush the sides, the surface, the sides, the surface. A train goes by. I wrap a rag around my hand and rub. The grain shows itself. I swing down the ladder, lay the board on the asphalt next to others. Behind the building, on chairs, the sun glints on the railroad tracks below. You need to get off the drugs. Yeah, he says. I know. When he was 10, he would jump off the garage roof into the pool. One day he slipped, clung, hit, then pitched forward. His forehead split on the coping. I pulled him from the water. At the hospital, they set 3 bones, sutured his forehead, found a hairline fracture in his neck. I used to say, each day with Tyler is a gift. Behind the building we sit, look out at the Hollywood Hills. I shift in my chair, ask, would you be willing to tell me the name of the drug? He hesitates, then answers, suboxone. Sub, as in submerge, ox, as in toxic, own, as in alone. He thanks me for staining the wood. I don't say I needed to do something with my hands. At the car, we hug goodbye. He's not a big hugger, but he wraps his arms all the way around. My voice shakes. Take care of yourself. I wait. Let him hold me.
that I really wrote for my father's gravestone, but it's meant for all of you too. Because I feel like I was meant to work with all of you. I'm 67, and if an angel has kept me alive this long, it's to work with all of you. It's been such a privilege and a pleasure. I have done what I was sent here to do, fraught with errors I could not subdue, and almost complete, sour and sweet. I regret that it's time to say adieu. So, like Saturn with his many moons, please leave me here to soothe my wounds. My wounds have been soothed by all of you.